Yeah, we talked last time about the
Misuse of commas.
so we mean by missive commas, it means a comma is in wrong place for a reason. For example, here we have complete sentence, this one, complete clause, and here we don't have complete clause. So this is part lacks a subject. The information after but lacks a subject. That is means we need to delete this comma.
Okay.
That's why. طب here, for example, he deletes a comma. This means a comma is not needed. Now for this part, let's see why. An error called a run-on sentence. As I told you, a run-on means nothing or a comma splice, or it's called a comma fault. For example, we have two complete sentences, as you know. Here, two complete clauses and the comma only between them. But you must check is it complete or not. Here we have capital the subject and then R verb, and here ships the subject and the call verb. So we have subject verb nothing complement, here subject verb nothing complement. So it means two complete clauses. Okay, but only comma between them that is called run. How can we make it correct? We need any correct standard rule. For example, you can use comma from boys if it works in meaning. You can use semicolon. You can use calling. You can use full stop. You can use dash. It depends on the writer and the meaning. You understand?
Yes.
The next one, that a comma should not be used between a subject and its verb. For example, here, which of two cities is more appealing? So is. So here, if you imagine this one, so why should you separate the subject from the subject? Here we should separate the verb from the subject, does not work. Because here your subject is clause, noun clause. So why should I separate all the subject from the verb by only one comma? It's not acceptable. So this is called non-standard style. So you must delete the comma. Right?
Okay.
Good job. Now here we have this part, the verb and the subject. We don't need the comma after the verb for no reason. But this is commas for the list. So we have reason for these commas, but we don't have any reason for this comma to come after the verb here. This means it does not work. That's why.
Okay.
Now we need to test your mind. Correct each sentence as needed by adding commas, semicolons, or conjunction. Cross out commas used incorrectly using the delete. So if the sentence is correct, you can say correct. Is there any mistake in number one?
Correct.
Read carefully.
I did. It's correct.
Wrong. This is comma is misused or misplaced. Why?
Okay.
Because this is a verb and this is a subject. Look, yeah, find the subject first. Learning and then phrase, and then phrase, and then phrase. So learning can be fascinating. Why should I separate the subject from the verb? So this comma has no use. Now try number two. What's it?
Correct.
No, read carefully.
State's name مثلا.
No, we need to know this is comma used correctly or not.
Yes,
Now
this
let's
comma is used correctly.
okay, but the first clause it's complete, but the second one it's not. Second one lacks a subject.
Yes, because it's a since it's a complete and a fragment, it should be a comma because مستحيل يبقى اتنين complete نستعمل فيهم comma.
Now we agreed. Yeah, just listen and remember, memorize the rules. I told you complete clause, comma, fan,
boys معلش بنسى.
clause, full stop, this is structure, correct. We say if this clause or this clause has no subject or lacks any subject or any verb, delete the comma. The second one lacks a subject. You see, it's a tell, interesting stories as well. So it lacks a subject. But we need to delete this comma.
Okay.
Right? Now for number 3, let's read and find any mistake. Here I think we have 2 complete sentences. Like this, for example, Pennsylvania means Penn's woodland. This is a clause. And then the writer start new second clause. That means between them, we need what? We need semicolon, for example. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, number 4, what is the mistake? Or if it's correct, say correct. So number 4, it's
I'm
correct.
still reading.
Yeah, come on, take your time. How Pennsylvania got its name is. So this is
So
your
here should
subject.
be comma يعني?
Yes, I told you that your subject can be clause. So here, what is a good story? Is how Pennsylvania got its name. So your subject is a noun clause. As I told you, your subject can be clause. Here, so here there is no any mistake, so it is correct. Right?
Okay.
So number 4, it must be correct. So now for number 5, find any mistake if there.
King Chris of England owed £16,000 to William Penn's brother. And after England, there's a comma. Hi, mister.
So do you need to or not?
Yes, there is.
That means we need to delete this comma because the second clause lacks subject. This part.
Okay.
That is the point. So it lacks a subject or not.
Yes.
So we need to delete the comma. We use comma if both of the clauses are complete. Now
I'm
we
sorry,
need,
what? I couldn't hear. What did you say?
I mean that we can use the comma if the 2 clauses before and after.
We can.
Now for number 6.
After Sylvana, there should be a comma.
Yes, because we have 2 clauses. That is correct. Number 7.
I think after Penn and Sylvana. Am I right?
For number 7, it's correct. Let me tell you why. This is comma because we have conjunctive adverb at the beginning. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And here it's Charles, King Charles, and added, so subject verb, the name, and this is the name. This is a positive phrase to the word name to tell you what is the name. And then he add to honor in infinitive phrase. We don't need any punctuation here. And then he said to honor William Penn's father. And then he adds a positive phrase to tell you any information about the father. For example, his job. Here, this is comma because we have a positive phrase after, and this is comma because we have conjunctive adverb at the beginning of the sentence. So we don't need punctuation here. Right?
Okay.
So that is 7, it is correct. Now let's try number 8.
After Penny. Or after Penn.
But is before pen complete?
Yes.
Remember
After
something.
it's complete. But before
If you
it's a fragment.
here we have 2 clauses. This is the second clause. So between them, this is the first clause. The modest William subject, William Penn, and then verb disliked, and then the object. Because that is the first clause.
Mister, can you give me 1 minute?
Colon, I can use calling, I can use dash. I can use comma fanboys. Imagine.
Okay, Mr. Can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah, come on, have your time.
Mister, I want to go to the bathroom. Can I?
Of course, be my guest. I'm always welcome to the
Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if I took some time.
That's all right, be my guest.
Okay,
Now,
let's continue.
let's check number 9. Let me help you. Here he said many American subject, many American states have verb and then Native American names, so complete clause, and then the reflect. The second part starts with verb. So the second clause after command, it lacks a subject. It lacks subject. That is, we can delete the comma. Let me remind you of something. Do you remember when I told you compound the predicate? One subject did the two actions.
Yes.
That. So we don't use punctuation around that because it's a compound. The same subject did two actions. Many American states have, and the same subject reflects. Imagine
Okay.
it? This is the idea. If you wanted to use comma, you must repeat the subject again to be familiar. That's why. Now it is your turn. Number 10. What is the mistake?
And it's correct. No mistake.
Now we have a mistake for the comma after include.
Where
Let
is
me
the
try.
mistake?
Well, that is a mistake. Look, states and then preposition phrase. But that is your subject. This is your verb. After the verb, we don't need commas. But this is commas for the list. You see, this is the list already. So we need commas after the noun. So the comma
Okay.
after, no reason for it. Let's try number 11. Have the time.
After states. Am I right?
So what do you mean after states? We need comma?
Yes, after states we need comma. After states we need comma.
No. So why do you need comma after states?
Why?
Why do you need comma? Let me help you. Here he said and higher. And then he add non-essential information as a positive phrase to tell you what is Ohio. One of the first states we need second comma because it's non-essential information.
Okay.
Settler the subject and so verb. يبقى settler the subject and then so verb. So this is the first clause. Imagine this is the first clause. He said here and he wanted to use second clause. But the same subject did two actions.
Okay.
So we don't need comma because it's a compound. The same rule here. That's why. Let's try number 12.
When the territory becomes a state, in 80 the residents decided to call it Ohio. Correct.
No, we have a comma.
ازاي يا مستر؟
Okay, I'm telling you the rules. This is comma, it's correct. Why this comma correct? As I told you, subordinated conjunction, complete clause, comma, complete clause, full stop, that is correct. So that means this is comma, it's used because we have subordinated conjunction at the beginning. This is comma as a mistake. He said the residents decided to call it and then give me the name. Why should you separate the object?
Why?
This is called indirect object from the object. To call it what? Hi. We must delete this comma.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, I think I understand.
Now let's
Master,
try
can you solve with me these examples so I could understand the idea?
Yeah, let's see. Ohio subject means and then apostrophe phrase to tell you what does it mean. And then preposition phrase. So we have subject, we have verb. If you wanted to use command, you need two complete clauses. Already the first one complete. How about the second one? Let's prove it. Is it complete? Yes. It subject and prove the verb, and then complements an appropriate description of the important transportation link. There is no any problem. So this is comma, it's used correctly.
Okay.
Remember, it's exercise here we need to prove is this is comma used correctly or it is displaced.
Okay, Mister.
So number 14, he said who the important political figures were at the time can also be. So this means here we have noun clause. This is noun clause.
Okay.
So why should we separate the subject from the verb? Because this is called misplaced.
Okay.
There is no reason for this comma. That's why.
Okay.
Number 15, let me try. Number 13, we have number 15. We have a mistake again, but it's no. North and South Carolina, okay, and Virginia and Georgia. This is list, we call it in English, compound subject. and then the verb. So there is no reason to separate the subject from the verb. This is out of standards. But this comma should be deleted.
Okay.
Why? Because subject, comma, verb, wrong. So you should delete the comma.
Okay.
Now for number 16, we need to prove is it correct or wrong. Caroline is the Latin form of Charles North Carolina. Okay. And South Carolina are named after. So the writer wants to start a new clause again. This is subject, this is verb. Because that is the first clause.
Okay.
And that is the second clause. So we need comma before and for fanboys.
Okay.
Remember, it's before and, not after and. That's
Okay.
why.
That's why?
No, I mean that's why, because we need comma before fanboys, not after.
Okay.
Now let's see number 17.
Okay,
Elizabeth of,
let's see.
so Elizabeth of England subject. And then he put comma to add non-essential information. Because we have a positive clause. We have past participle clause here. And then we have verb. So this is commas because we have non-essential information. This is comma after the verb has no reason. Why should I separate the verb from the object? For no reason. Catch it?
Okay.
So try to imagine like that. Subject, verb, object. If I put comma here, wrong. If I put comma here, wrong. If I put comma there, wrong. There must be reason for the commas.
Okay.
Number 18, it's your turn. Is there any mistake or it is correct?
18?
Yeah.
After the name, Sir Walter Raleigh what؟ اسم عجيب كده، سير والتر حاجة.
Right?
After the name يعني.
Okay, no problem. So, Sir Walter named the colony after Elizabeth. He and his monarch were close friends. If that means the writer used two clauses. That
Yes.
is clause and that is first clause. So between them, we need any clear punctuation. So we need, for example, full stop or we need semicolon.
Okay.
That is one, my dear friend.
Okay.
Now for number 19, is there any mistake?
Number 19? I think number 19. After Georgia.
So why do we need it?
What do you mean why?
Now why do you need comma after that?
Because it's makes more sense.
But we don't need any comma in this sentence. Let's know why.
Why?
J here is subject. You don't need comma after the subject, between the subject and verb. Here we need comma because it's a found point between two clauses. This is the first clause. This is the second clause. The second clause already complete. That means we need comma from points. We already have it. So 19 it's C.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Number 20. Let me prove it. James subject found verb colony object and then a phrase, so complete. He said named it. Here we have verb. So it's a compound predicate, two verbs done by one subject. So you must delete this comma. This comma should be deleted.
Okay.
That's fine.
What else?
Number 21. Let's find any mistake. Several states subject have the word New in their names. These include the New Hampshire, New York, New Mexico, New Jersey. But that means the writer start a new clause from this part because he
That's
said
true.
these include this works subject and include verb. So between them, we need any acceptable punctuation. For example, semicolon or full stop or dash or colon.
Okay.
Mistake in 21. For number 22, let's find any problem. New Hampshire, New York, and Jersey here compound the subject. So we have commas because it's a list.
That's true.
And we're named, it's a verb phrase, so it's a predicate. So we have subject, we have verb. And then phrases after places in England. So that is complete sentence. The writer wants to start a new sentence again. Spanish explorers in applied. So subject and verb and then complements.
Okay.
Between them here, we need, for example, semicolon. That's what.
Okay.
Very important to revise all of these at home.
والله
You
لسه
already
بحاول أحفظ.
right, so revise
بحاول أحفظ
two.
يعني أنا محفظتهوش قوي يعني فيعني بحاول أتعود واحدة واحدة.
So you must memorize the reason why the comma is there, why it's not there, this way. It will
I'm
help you.
trying. I really am trying.
Okay, my dear, so as much as you can. Now we have many exercises, you should practice them at home.
Okay.
For lesson 8, 7. Dashes to signal a change or to emphasize. As I told you, we can use two dashes. Let me remind you of something. I told you if we wanted to use single dash or one dash, complete sentence, dash, and after it can be complete sentence like that. Sorry, complete sentence or incomplete sentence. It just
Okay.
like calling, just similar like calling. But that is if it is one single dash. But how about if we have two dashes?
How?
The two dashes works like non-essential information. Let's see. On a typewriter, indicate the dash with two hyphens like that. Do not place a comma, semicolon, or colon or period before or after a dash like that.
Okay.
Use a dash to indicate, show an abrupt break. Abrupt means sudden break or a change in thought within a sentence. For example, here is a preface. You see, before the first dash completes after the second dash. Between them, something could be change in thought, could be the author's emotions, it could be information to emphasize, it could be any information related to the sentence. Sometimes you can use apostrophe phrases.
Okay.
Now let's read before and after. At the museum in Williamsburg. So this is preposition phrases. We saw a pillory that had been built around. So that here relative pronoun. To say this one, a pillory had been built. So it's correct. We have phrases at the beginning and then comma and then complete sentence.
Okay.
That is. So is there any mistake? So between two dashes, I can add phrase, I can add clause, I can add sentences, I can add definitions, I can add anything related to something mentioned before. Like that, it is a kind of wooden frame that held the arms and head of front doors. So this information describes what is a pillory, a kind of wooden frame. See it?
Okay.
So what is a pillory? A wooden frame. That means the writer or the author helps you by definition. That means we can use two dashes.
Okay.
Again, can use dashes to set off and emphasize. Emphasize what? Supplemental information. What supplemental? To supply information, to add, to clear. So look, like calling. Before it must be complete. As I told you here, look, must be complete. Now let's check. Is this part complete or fragment?
Fragment.
No, just wait. Mr. Davidson, subject, left, verb, and then phrases. So we have subject, we have verb, and then phrases to complete the meaning. So to the dash, it's a complete sentence.
Ah, okay.
After the dash, I don't care. It can be complete or not complete. Look.
Okay.
So, but something very important. After the dash, we have information to emphasize something before. He said exactly 20 years to the day after he first saw his ancestral home. So he tells you how long the trip was.
Okay.
This is what? To emphasize supplemental information.
Okay.
So that is my dear friend. Now we need to check. Do we need add dashes where necessary? If it's correct, say correct.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one it's answered. Is it correct? Let's check. Here, this is part with this part. If the first part before the first dash completes the meaning with the part after the second dash, so the dashes are in correct places. Now let's read. The soloist performed the piece on a harpsichord. And then he said, amazing the audience with her virtuosity. Is that is correct? Yes.
Okay.
So there is no any mistake. So they are in correct place.
Mm-hmm.
For number one, is it in correct place?
I think there should be after the German Shepherd and the Belgian, there should be a comma.
Now read the sentence to the end.
Okay. Hello, I can't hear you.
لا. Read the sentence from the beginning to the end.
Okay, the German Shepherd and the Belgian Manlos, there should be, after men should be a comma, share a common background, both were developed as guard dogs for sheep and flocks as do. There should be, okay, there's a comma already. In fact, there shouldn't be a comma in fact. Am I correct?
Right, but why not use dash after the word background here?
I don't know بصراحة.
And we need dash after flocks. Let's read. The German Shepherd and the Belgian Malinois. This is called the compound subject. Both of them share a common background and they do look somewhat similar. So it's a compound predicate. One subject here did this action and this action.
Okay.
And we have an adverb in the middle between two commas. This is part, it's additional information to add details, like both were developed as guard dogs or sheep flocks and
Okay.
يبقى we need here, and this is part dash and this part dash.
Okay.
Now here for number two, where is the dash? Where should be dash?
Oh, I think it's correct.
Now we need two dashes.
I don't know where.
Let me help. Let me have a look. It's a good idea to write.
It's a good idea to write.
Yes, that means we need dash here and dash there to use non-essential information to emphasize an idea.
Emphasize the idea.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, number 3, do we need any dash or something?
No, we don't.
And what is the purpose for this comment?
What is
Because
the purpose?
subordinating clause, subordinating conjunction at the beginning.
Okay.
You write the subordinating conjunction, always memorize it. Subordinating conjunction, complete clause, comma, complete clause, full stop, correct. We use this as comma because we have subordinating conjunction at the beginning. This is the
Okay.
reason. For number 4, do we need dash?
Number 4?
Mhm.
I think number 4 هو محطوط خلاص فيها داش بتاع irregular shape of pieces and fabric. ما مش فاهم هنضيف أكتر من كده ليه؟
Now, this is one called hyphen for compound adjective. This hyphen for the compound adjective.
Okay.
But if you read carefully, you will find this part with this part.
This part with this أنا مفهمتش.
Between them, it's non-essential information.
Non-essential information?
Remember that here we need dash, and there we need dash. The first information complete the second information.
That's true.
Phrase can be quite indigenous. Between the information to describe is what are quotes. Those with regular shaped piece of fabric instead of regular shapes to complete the meaning.
Okay.
So between two dashes, we add information to emphasize supplemental. Supplemental information means additional information.
Okay.
Now we need to test number 5. Do we need any dash?
Yes.
Where?
After don't look back somebody.
After this one here,
Mm-hmm.
don't look and then dash. Someone may begin on you. This is supplemental information.
That's true.
How about the next one?
Next one? No, it doesn't need dashes. I don't think the next one needs dashes.
Yeah, it needs dashes.
Really?
This part, yes, this is part. It's in non-essential or supplemental. If you read carefully, you will find this is part. Do you see?
Yes.
Completes this part.
Okay.
Completes this one. So between them, additional information.
Additional information?
Yeah, because this is your subject and this is a verb. Because it's a
Okay.
job. It's always